This video recommends The Beekeeper of Aleppo, a novel suited to the requirements of the IEB English Home Language curriculum, in which grade 12 students have to have read 7 additional books on which they will be orally examined. This is a moderate to challenging read as it covers current political events, the ongoing civil war in Syria, and the resulting refugee crisis. Christy Lefteri is a trained psychotherapist, the daughter of immigrant parents who settled in Cyprus. During a visit to her father in Cyprus, she was struck by her sense of safety and well-being in contrast to those of refugees who were making the perilous crossing across the Mediterranean in search of a new life. She was also struck by the lack of empathy that so many Europeans have for refugees, seeing them as numbers, not individuals, each with a unique and often heartbreaking story. Christy Lefteri volunteered at a drop-in refugee centre in Athens and spent time getting to know the women who lived in the centre. This novel, The Beekeeper of Aleppo, is really a pastiche of the stories of these women. The beautifully designed cover shows hands protectively cupping a bee, and Muslim readers will also recognize the position of the hands as that of hands in prayer. The back cover tells us that Nuri is a beekeeper, his wife Afra an artist. They live happily in the beautiful Syrian city of Aleppo until the unthinkable happens and they are forced to flee. But what Afra has seen is so terrible she has gone blind, and so they must embark on a perilous journey through Turkey and Greece towards an uncertain future in Britain. As Nuri and Afra travel through a broken world, they must confront not only the pain of their own unspeakable loss, but dangers that would overwhelm the bravest of souls. Above all, and perhaps this is the hardest thing they face, they must journey to find each other again. The setting of the novel is vast. It starts in the beautiful Syrian city of Aleppo, one of the jewels of the Middle East. It was renowned for its souks, or marketplaces, such as this one, most of which have been destroyed in the lengthy civil war. The novel tells the story of the flight of a married couple from Aleppo through Turkey, Greece, other European countries, until they reach what they hope will be safety in the United Kingdom. Nuri and Afra are the Syrian couple whose lives are turned upside down in the tragic war that ravages their city. The novel is a portrait of their marriage, their desperate attempt to find refuge while grieving the unspeakable losses that they have suffered. The first page of the novel is in the words of Nuri, Afra's husband. He says, "I'm scared of my wife's eyes. She can't see out and no one can see in. Look, they are like stones, grey stones, sea stones. Look at her. Look how she is sitting on the edge of the bed, her nightgown on the floor, rolling Mohammed's marble around in her fingers and waiting for me to dress her. I am taking my time putting on my shirt and trousers because I am so tired of dressing her. Look at the folds of her stomach, the color of desert honey, darker in the creases, and the fine, fine silver lines on the skin of her breasts, and the tips of her fingers with the tiny cuts, where the ridges and valley patterns once were stained with blue or yellow or red paint. Her laughter was gold once. You would have seen as well as heard it. Look at her, because I think she is disappearing. I had a night of scattered dreams, she says. They filled the room. Her eyes are fixed a little to the left of me. I feel sick. This is a grim story, and you might wonder why it's recommended reading for high school students. This quote should remind you that there is always hope, no matter how impossible your circumstances might seem. Wherever there are bees, there are flowers, and wherever there are flowers, there is new life and hope. If you would like to watch more book recommendations, please subscribe to the Mrs. M Teaches English YouTube channel so that you are notified every time I post a new video. And if you have any recommendations, please drop me an email and I'll see whether I'll be able to turn your choice into a video for other students.